Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter every single day and give you my honest thoughts on how it's being ran. And if you're enjoying these Kickstarter critiques, please be sure to let me know in the comments what you think of this thumbnail. I'm trying to up my thumbnail game and make them look more appealing to more people. But today I'm very excited to be checking out Masters of Mutanite, an innovative spatial deck building game. This one is from Knapsack Games, Andrew Federspiel. Collect superpowers around the city, mutate your character to gain special traits. Very, very cool. When I see innovative spatial deck building game, that gets me very intrigued and exciting as an Omni gamer who's deep into the hobby. So I'm really kind of surprised to see such a unique idea not funded yet. So let's see what's causing that. So the first thing I noticed is that I had to scroll down 8 rows to get here. And I mention this all the time. I sort by popularity. And as dumb as it sounds, if you can get into those top 4 rows, that's where you really want to be, because that's, I believe it's the top 4 rows, you see like 12 projects, and then you can click to see more, but how many people using Kickstarter don't get to more than just those, because maybe they click on one and they spend 15 minutes on there, and then they're, oh, we're done, and my free time is over. You know, so getting bumped up there by just getting more interaction, I think is what we're going to try and see if we can maybe pinpoint what's not doing that. So, Masters, collect superpowers around the city, mutate your character to gain special traits, weaponize the environment for explosive effects. Very, very cool. Innovative spatial deck building game. So I'm hoping immediately they tell me what that means. Innovative spatial deck building game. Ooh.
Masters of Mutanite.
That was great. That was a great start. I'm immediately intrigued. You know, if you're tickling my nostalgia bone, hats off. That was cool.
A new strategy game where players combine superpowers with environmental objects to engage in a new kind of combat. Choose from 8 different mutants and build them from the ground up in the heat of battle. Using innovative spatial deck building, absorb new powers like super speed, flame kick, or tsunami. Gaining powers increases your mutanite level. Spin mutanite to gain special traits like super strength, camouflage, and telekinesis.
Whoa.
Or spin mutanite to boost your powers for maximum damage. Chain together powers to create devastating effects. Or outsmart your opponents by playing reaction powers on their turn. The last mutant or team of mutants left standing is the winner. Will you be a master of Mutanite?
Wow. That was a really well done video, which scares me a little bit. I've been doing so many of these Kickstarter projects. There's normally like red flags you can kind of point to, and that video was definitely not. I thought that was a great video. I thought it was very well done, unique, interesting. It captivated my attention. It was not too long, and it gave me a feel for what kind of game I was getting into. So I'm really curious to see what's going on. 3K'd, 101 backed. Yes, yes, yes. I actually did, I believe, the first game, which was, yeah, Knee Jerk. I did a video for that one. I think I did one for Apotheca, too. So it's a game designer, 101 backed, looks like a member of the community because he is, so that's awesome. That always looks good. So what do I want here? What do I want here? I kind of want the price. Like, if you just kind of slipped in the price and the price is reasonable, I said, here's the price. You can learn more about the game right now, but here's the price. I feel like that video could have convinced people. If it's under, I don't know, 50 bucks maybe? I think that's the cutoff line that I'm drawing right there. Collect superpowers, but I'm just guesstimating. Move around the city, braze, mutate, weaponize, that's all cool stuff. Like, this is all really cool in-game stuff, spatial deck building game. This looks great. You know, so we're 45 to 75 minutes. There we go. This is also good stuff, too. Easy to pick up, ridiculously fun. I wanted to play again right away. I'd like to know who said that at the Dice Tower. And honestly, I would, you know. Because here's the thing. I feel like such spatial deck builder, you know, you're going to have a lot of people who are deeper into the hobby. So if you put, like, if that was Z that said it or something like that, it'd be like, bam! It would just pop a little bit more. But I don't know. Saturday morning cartoon style epicness, but with the really refined elegance of the deck building. Nice, Joel in there. These are some great names. This is good stuff you got here. What makes it great? Spatial deck building, environmental objects, craft your mount, layered strategy, streamlined gameplay. This is all great. What's the price? What do I get? This is good. Here we go. This is the price. What do I get? 8 character standees. I bet you some people are like, I want minis. I bet you that's the case. But hey, I personally think that not having minis is going to drive down the cost of the game a lot more, and it's going to get a lot more people to actually get to play the game, because it looks like a really cool twist on, like, deck building meets King of Tokyo meets Rampage, aka Terror from Maple City, and that's a lot of really good games to have elements from. Reward tiers, $45 the game, boom, under $50. Like I said, like I would be spotlighting that. I'd be like, here you go, $45 out the door. Let's start talking stretch goals, because your video is good enough, I think, that you can just kind of, you know, it's kind of like if you're really good looking. You know, there's a lot of parts of dating that you can skip. You know, as bad as that sounds, let me rephrase, not dating, but courting someone else. You know, if you're good looking, you can do that. I've had friends who just like, you skipped to the front of the line. You didn't have to do any of the other stuff. With a video that good, I feel like you can do that. The odd analogy. Knapsaps games, triple play, US only. Okay, cool. I'm fine with this. 160 the retailer. So it's nice and clean and clear, it looks like. This should be clean and clear over here. $1. $45. Yeah, gets you the game. Looks good. $100. 11 backers. Get all of them. Cool. And then the retailer pledge. 2 backers. Whatever. It looks good. Looks good. So stretch goals. Solo game mode. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough sell. Like, that gets people excited, but I don't know. I don't know. Having that as an expansion. Well, here's the thing. If you were only a solo gamer, and it's like, this game came out and said it's 1 to 4 players, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm intrigued. But now it's like, it's 2 to 4 players, but hey, make enough money, you know, we'll throw something in. We'll throw something in for you. We got you. Like, that's just how it feels to me personally. And I have become a little bit more of a solo gamer, and I've really become more in tune with the solo game audience, because I start posting on, like, the Facebook groups and really reading a lot. You know, I'm a lurker. I'm a big lurker. I like to read a lot of stuff. And solo gamers, you know, they can sniff out a lot of the times if a game mode is going to be their cup of tea. And I don't know if having that there, you know, I feel like it's a good thing when you hit it, but until you hit it, it's just kind of, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. 3 new power cards. Invincibility, Invisibility, Super Stamina. That's awesome. That's great stuff. That's stretch goal type stuff. 5th player added. Wow, that's a good one too. That's like, okay. You know, I've decided to be brutally honest on these opinions, you know, because I used to be like, I don't want to say that I feel like anyone should ever relaunch because, you know, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. But I almost feel like, you know, if this does not go the way you're planning on it, boom, you make this a 1 to 5 player game, and then you pick out different stretch goals, and I think you have added a substantial amount of the board game community being interested in your game. It used to be, pre-COVID, that 2 to 4 player games, they were the death of me, because I wanted to play them, but we always hit 5 on our game night. You know, and there's a lot of people like that. It was like, we routinely have 5, or we only have, or I can't game with anybody, I go solo. And so to add a 5-player one, and that's the other thing. It's not just they routinely hit 5, but when they do hit 5, they want to have something they can go to. And, you know, how many 2 to 4 player games are there? There's so stinking many of them. I think if you do retool, I would do 1 to 5 players completely. Especially if it's not too much to add it in. That's the thing. Maybe you raise the stretch goal, or maybe you raise the pledge goal, the funding a little bit more. I don't know. So, yeah, $45. I want to see the shipping as well. How to play. Very cool. Choose your character. This is nice. Throw objects. I'd like to see. Yep, there it is. You knew what I'd like to see. I want to see John. Rulebook PDF. Give me a gander at this bad boy. I already backed the game, but for some reason, there are few backers. Yeah, I'm trying to uncover that as well. Any ideas that you have? Let's see. Where's the page number? I just want to see the page number. So 8 pages. That's not bad at all. That's good. And the last page is hardly anything at all. So it doesn't look like it's going to be too terribly difficult to pick up, which I like. Tabletop Simulator, play it online, press coverage, Dice Tower preview. So it was with Mark Street. Cool. I don't think that this is going to shock the world or anger anybody, but saying that Mark Street doesn't quite have the clout of your Tom or your Z, So I understand why maybe you didn't put the name next to it, but still, But it's from a preview, so it is kind of different. That is kind of a different ballgame now, consider it, because essentially you can get any quote you want, as well, you can pick and choose them from the video if you pay for the preview. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's it. Preview. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going here. You got a lot of different, tons of people. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So then that begs the question, you got all these videos, you got the testimonials, you got the quotes, you got what is it that is really turning people away from it? Let's check out the shipping. So right now I'm at a $45 game. I will say that. Maybe that might be it, the cost. Because the $45, when it's not a minis game, I want to come back and look at the components, and we'll talk about that. Reward tier. So now it's $55. So $55 no matter what. Because you got to look at it. I know from your perspective to the game, but looking at it from a consumer's perspective, yes, there's price A, but I know I'm going to have to pay for price B. So in my mind, it's now $55. So $70 gets you all the games. $55, 10 to Canada. That's not bad. These are not bad prices. These are reasonable shipping prices, I do believe. But then that means the game is $55. Now let's go take a look at this and see if it feels like a $55 project. Kickstarter looks good. Oh, cool. They got all the good stuff. So hopefully they're doing something to drive engagement back to the Kickstarter. Yeah, close your eyes. I'm scrolling all the way to the top. $45 the game. Let's take a look at it. What? Oh, where's all the components? Oh, here it is. So 24 trait cards. So yeah, let's start from the top. So we have 41 power cards. So 41 cards. So we got 73 cards. So we got a stack of cards. We got some cardboard. Standees, cardboard standees, and they're not the 3-dimensional one where they go like this, so it's a little bit less cardboard. We just got a lot of standees, just standees for days, cardboard for days. So now we're up to 88 cards, 100. These are probably bigger. Yeah, Oh wait, yeah, 88, 102 cards. So we're about a 104 card deck, whatever. So pretty much 2 decks of cards. These are probably gonna be pretty big. They got the clips on them. I do love the clips. I like this. Ooh, I like this a lot. That looks like a really nice functional play area. I love it. Character sheets includes 8 clips, so there's 8 of those. Probably cardboard, more cardboard. 24 trait cards and 8 zone boards. So just a lot of cardboard and a lot of wood. And being quite frank, I don't feel like $45 is a bad... I don't feel like that's a... It's so weird. Kickstarter has totally warped my brain on what a good price is anymore, because they reach millions upon millions of dollars. They just pack so much stuff into the game, and then these companies that there's no way they're going to be able to do that unless they reach millions and millions of dollars as well, have to compete against the similar price points. And that just, it skews the scale so much. But no, back before Kickstarter ruined it for everybody, I don't think $45 is an unreasonable price for the game. So I really don't know what the hell is not tickling the Kickstarter community with this one. Because it's an interesting idea. It's from someone who's a member of the community. There's videos, 2 updates. But there's 20 days left to go. Let's check out the updates. Check on the comments. Let's see if someone mentioned in the comments something that I potentially was a blind spot of mine. Solo mode, SG Kickstarter exclusive powers, SG just combo fight. Welcome newcomers to Dash City. Additions and page changes. In the last update, I sent a survey to figure out how to better refine the page. A bunch of you filled it out, so thank you. Some major takeaways here. I love this. I love this behind-the-scenes stuff. This is great. Deck building powers are super appealing to you. Moment-to-moment gameplay isn't clearly explained. Yes. I will say that. Unless you clicked on one of the videos, and maybe you don't want to click on one of the videos, you just kind of want to get more of a feel for the game. I get that. Sometimes I shoot reviews, and I'm like, man, I didn't feel like I did a good job enough explaining how the game was actually played. Stretch goals could be more meaningful. What? I I'd say you got pretty meaningful stretch goals, 1 and 5 players. But hey, these are survey results. What the hell do I know? Kickstarter exclusives would be nice. They got the 3 cards. I wonder if they added that after the fact. I made a number of changes to the page. Oh, wait, were these added after it's January 7th? No, they couldn't be added that soon, I don't think. Replace black and white tray stretch goal with the solo mode stretch. Oh, they did! They did make those. Those are why those are so big, because before they were something else. Huh. That's unique. I love the fact that you're listening to your backers that much, but at the same time, I know some people are like, nope, not for me. He's getting yanked all over by his backers. It's just 2 completely different lines of thinking there, and I'm on the line of thinking of stupid fruit fly. I need to throw it in my trash. Replace black and white. So anywho, this is really interesting. Replace larger zone stretch goals with Kickstarter exclusive power stretch goals. So those were the 3 cards. Yeah, that's great. Modified, so larger zones stretch goal, which sounds like a good one though, because that like makes the gameplay better, right? In theory, like the bigger board just makes the appearance better. I don't know. Modify the product image to feature power cards in the project description. Oh, now so I kind of want to see what the old one looked like. So this is great. Added a new graphic at the top page with key features of the game. Yeah, this is all good. Okay, so dang it, now I want to see the old page. I want to see the old page. I was a day too late. And I would have got away if it wasn't for this dang Fetterfish spiel. Contact Spotlight 2, Mass Momentum Power Fist, Boulder Dash. This is good. Yeah, this is great. This is going to show me like more of
Hey guys, it's Andy.
Yes.
So here's
you were listening directly to your people, but what this does say to me is that if you decide to pull the plug on it, it looks like your backers are probably going to be with you. They love the fact that you have listened to them. That's what people want. That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be listened to. You listen to them. You made changes, and the changes appear to be great ones. The Kickstarter community knows what they want, and they so very, very nice. Let's check out the comments. But what I'm saying is that if you do end up retooling, you're going to have this initial like base of people who are like, yeah, they're going to feel more engaged with it. Maybe you reach out to them and say, what if next time, the price goes up $1.46 or something, but now it's a 1 to 5 player game. Maybe you just say, I'm just going to throw it in there. Whatever you decide to do to make that work, like make them feel more actively engaged. Like you made this happen. Like we look forward to carrying this at the shop. Yeah, get people excited. I like Chris' idea about night versions of locations as stretch goals. Oh, where you flip it over? That's a cool idea. Would take some dev time to make sure all cool's abilities were switch it up gameplay. Oh yeah, that's important. Very, very cool. Very active. I see generally a lot of the creator, which is exactly what I see. And overall, it's looking like maybe getting off the starting block a little bit slow with the changes that you seem to have fixed already, thanks in part to your Kickstarter backers. And this is just a prime example of why I always say reach out to your base and say, what do you think? Be honest with us, because they're going to tell you, and a lot of the times they're going to have great feedback here. Now, here's the other thing. I hope you're not doing this by yourself. Tell me you're not doing this by yourself. Oh, man. I hope not. A lot of the times it'll show a bunch of collaborators on the project. Like I did one that had like 11 a couple days ago. I hope you're not doing this all by yourself, because that is like crazy hard. Like lean into someone else, lean into someone close into your life, even for small things. Even if it's just like, can you handle the comments for me or something like that. I hope that's not the case. But either way, Masters of Mutanite, innovative spatial deck building game. I always back to 0. Keep scrolling on. 1. Back it for $1, come back in the last 48 hours. Or a 2. Which is back it for the whale, and I would definitely give this one a 1. I think that's where I'm going to put it, especially if you can hit those stretch goals. I think if you can hit the stretch goals, and then maybe you can put on the 1 to 5 players now, Kickstarter exclusive cards, start just popping in those little things that you've started to unlock. I think this could potentially be a snowball rolling down the hill. Or if you choose to go that secondary route with the oh so juicy second Kickstarter, which a lot of people do now, I think that would be a pretty good one as well. But there you go. That is Masters of Mutanite, the innovative spatial deck building game. It looks like it might be your cup of tea. Be sure to check that one out. Forrest, you are vocalizing every thought I have had. Well, Good, because that's the thing. Like, doing this segment is so interesting because people are like, why are you an expert on Kickstarter? It's like, you've read like 2 and they weren't that big, and there's like, well, it's just because I'm not an expert on Kickstarter necessarily. It's just I've seen a lot of Kickstarter. I've shot literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I've shot probably overshot 1,000 videos that had some sort of Kickstarter content in it, which is insane to think about it. At conventions or different things. And so I've seen what a lot of people have done, and I've seen what's worked, and I've seen what's not worked, and I've seen people who are, drinking and been like very blatantly honest about what they liked and what they didn't like. And I listened to those things, and now I just kind of regurgitate it back out into the world. So there you go. But if you enjoy what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, consider supporting the Patreon down below, as currently, I'm just a dude in my basement while my kids are upstairs homeschooling. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. End the stream. Bam. Look at that thumbnail.